All right. Let's make sure everything's good. Hold on. Send out these no. Oh my god. All right, gonna have to send us an individual text to individually everybody. Hell fucking yeah. All right, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Give me like 3 seconds. All right. All right. All right. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? I'm not even on my Twitch. I'm not even seeing who is here. I'm not even all right. All right. All right. Let's make sure. Let me send this shit to Ichigo. Make sure everybody's here. You already know the vibes. You feels. So, oh look, my delivery driver Samantha is on the way. Awesome. All right. So real fucking quick. Sweet Cheeks, my boy, we in here, man. That's great, man. Sweet Cheeks, grab a seat. Dan the man is in here. All right, sending the crew here, man. The crew is coming. Jesus Christ. All right, yo, y'all already know the vibes. Welcome. First things first, man. Shout out to the VOP. Shout out to the VOP Empire. Shout out to the VOP Network. All these amazing guys. Go to VOPUSARadio.com. You want to catch 24 hours of our back catalog. I say hours like if I own this, but I don't. Wow. Ichigo rated me is crazy. Very crazy. My boy, yo, what else going on, man? You know what's funny? I looked like, because, right, I have Ichigo's stream popped up on my side, right? So yo, what's going on, Rompe? Yo, so I got it propped up here, and then it just, like, I was like, wait, is he rating me? And then I got the thing. It was mad funny. All right. So once again, VOPUSA.com. All right. All the back catalog of the VOP is there. Shout out to them. My people. You know, usually in Engage and Sage, we have a big old chit chat, and we watch some videos, we get some reactions, big old POV. But it's a little bit different today. We're gonna get kind of real. We're gonna get a little bit uncomfortable, but we're definitely gonna be raw. All right. First things first, everybody else, I'm not gonna light this up just yet, but everyone else that has a blunt, that has a little thing, you know, I don't know if Dan still does Gatorade. Crack one open, Dan the man, you know. But most definitely, brothers, let's just talk about what we're here to talk about, you know, the sunken place. You know, everybody goes through it. Everybody has those days. Yeah, I'm gonna do a bunch of cringy ass jokes to try to push me through this. All right. So just bear with me. All right. And for the people that be watching this on YouTube on the later stance, yeah, sorry. I'm not editing this out. So let's say about a couple weeks ago, right? As some of y'all know, right? I went through my stuff. I had a job. I was working at a call center and stuff like it was my second job. I had my second job and I was working at a call center. And that was kind of rough. And I ended up leaving that call center. And then you know, for the last 4 weeks, it was kind of rough. It was kind of intense. You know, on over here on the Engage and Sage in the Sage Way clan, you know, no one doesn't know that I suffer with generalized anxiety disorder. I think I talk about that literally all the time. I'm pretty sure once I'm big and famous, someone's gonna have a counter of how many times that we talk about this type of stuff. But I do suffer from anxiety, and I've been suffering that from about 2018, since me and my ex-wife's miscarriage, and then all that other stuff happened, you know. But I wasn't medicated. I was kind of living I don't want to say, like, I guess, like I don't know, like a very natural thing, you know, like I did a lot of coping mechanisms where I would just walk, meditate. Sometimes, you know, around 2020, that's when I got with the VOP. And then I was expressing that anxiety energy was really great because Dan was like the rage machine, you know? Like he was super like, and it was just, and that was a great way how to release some, you know, some pent up anxiety, just yelling at a mic, telling people that they're gonna die. Like it was pretty fucking, it was fucking great, you know. But I did a lot, but I tried not to be on medication, you know. Fast forward to 4 weeks ago, everything else didn't really work. Walk for 2 hours, so anxious as shit. Meditate 45 minutes, so anxious as shit. Go, like you guys see here, right? I haven't even changed it. It's still here. Like, you know, I have a makeshift bench, you know, a workout bench that I have created. You know, if you would like one of these makeshift benches in your home, okay, you can call me at 1-800 makeshift bench 55. I don't think that's enough letters. Then you get your own. All right. But you know, I have my little makeshift bench. I try to do some, you know, some exercises, you know, I did everything. And it just wasn't working. Like it wasn't working. My anxiety was just rampant and rampant and rampant. And it was really overwhelming, you know. And I did a lot of things, a lot of like, you know, triggering things like, you know, self sabotaging thing. I love you, bro. um, but you know, like a lot of self sabotaging things. A lot of my friends, a lot of like angry things. That it was just me just spiraling and spiraling and spiraling. And you know, usually, right? I'm a sage, so it's real easy for me to come up in here and tell you guys, like, hey, I got this great grasp on these things, but I didn't. At least not for the last four weeks. I didn't. If this was this was 5 weeks ago, oh hell yeah, I got the grasp on it. I'm sage. It's all good. Sage way, baby. This is why we're here. But it was too much, and I didn't know what to do. So, and in that time, I got really bad intrusive thoughts, you know, really bad, wicked thoughts. And it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. It wasn't awesome. I, guys, give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, very sorry, very sorry. Oh, where are my headphones? Where the fuck did I put my headphones? Well, all right, we're gonna have no headphones for this because I lost my headphones. Shout out to me. All right, so very sorry. So my boy needs a producer to entertain you during these moments. Ha ha ha. All right, thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. I'll serenade the masses. No, 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 no. We don't need you serenading nothing. All right. All right. So in that time I had intrusive thoughts. And and at first, you know, they came in, I kicked them out. Did what I was trained to do, right? This is what we were supposed to do. It kept coming every night. It got worse. Couldn't sleep. More intrusive thoughts. Tried to work out. Didn't work. Went out for a walk. Didn't work. Then started feeling like I was useless. I'm powerless. I'm not doing anything. I'm not really achieving what I need to achieve. You know? Are you really a sage? You can't even take this, right? Friday came. It was last Friday, right? I was watching a show called The Resident in that time. Shout out to Beba. Shout out to Beba. W's in the chat for Beba. But I was watching a show called The Resident at that time. And had a number. And it was like the whole episode was about like suicide. It was like really ironic. I had a number. I called it. Talked to a dude named James. Dude was fire. We had a great conversation. Saturday came. Still kind of down. Watched the Canelo fight. Sunday came. I was all right. Then Monday slammed like a fucking rocket. Like, it was insane. And then I was trying to do it, work out, walk, do all these things, try to keep myself busy, work on episodes. I was working on whole videos on Monday that I did from last week when I did Engage in Sage. So I could put it out to YouTube. Thank you. Appreciate you. I banned Benji. I didn't ban Benji. What? Oh my God, I did ban Benji. Yo, get him back in here. Oh my God, bro. When I was running to fucking get the dominoes and shit. Oh my God. Can you unban? I unbanned him. Benji, I'm so sorry. Yo, Benji thinks I hate him. Oh my God. So Monday came. It was rough. It was crazy. I feel mad bad. There you go. Let me see. I'm gonna text Benji right now. Okay. Poor guy. Yeah. So with all that on Monday, it got pretty rough. I didn't know what to do. I felt more dark. I was more in a darker place than I ever was. And that was when the intrusive thoughts really started getting like legit, started getting real, for real. And then I didn't know what to do. It was so wild because when people sit here and tell you like, hey, depressed people, like sometimes they think like, you see like a depressed, like a suicide story, you're like, wow, I can't believe that person did that. Like, that's so crazy. But it's like, I can literally tell you, like, when you're in that mode or in that viewpoint, it's like up is down, down is up, left is right, right is diagonal. Like it to you, it just makes sense. Like it's so wild, like I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about how I was gonna unrespond because I'm on Twitch, right? How I was thinking about ending that live stream. Twitch is so fucking annoying. I was, thinking about ending my life, right? And to me, on that day, it was like, yeah, that's the best plan. That just makes sense, Like it was just working. And then that scared me the most. That I was like, whoa. Like I know that this is not right, but I feel like it's the rightest thing to do. In that moment, I called 911. Well, first, I'm gonna be real. First things first, I went inside. I got dressed because I was in a robe. I went. I went to my mom. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the hospital. Not feeling really well in my head." Da da da. Mom and dad was just like, "What the fuck?" And then they went. And then I went. I got dressed. I called 911. Told them what's happening. Cops came and they picked me up. And the cops were cool. First time I could say this. I mean, the handcuffs were kind of fucking tight, but it's whatever. But the cops were great. But first thing they said, they held me and they said, "Hey, you're doing the right thing." I didn't feel like it. You know? Oh, I went, telling me, "Oh my God, you're doing the right thing. I'm so proud of you." Da, da, la, la. I didn't feel like it. At that moment, I really didn't feel like I was doing the right thing at all. To me, I felt like the right thing was doing what I was thinking. You know, that was the right thing. I'm in that car ride, which felt like hours. Which now, when I came back home, I realized it was like a 17-minute drive, but it felt like hours. And I'm in there, and they're talking to me. They're like, "Hey, man, we're so proud of you." I'm not proud of me. "Hey, man, you did the right thing." I didn't do the right thing. And I'm just sitting there eating it, eating it, eating it. At this time, my phone's going crazy. Baba's calling. My mom's calling. My sister called. Everybody's calling me. I'm hearing it, and I'm just there, and I'm like, damn, just still swelling in that sunken place. We get to the spot. First thing the lady says, a beautiful lady, beautiful, nice lady. She was awesome. She came in. She said, "Hey, you're doing the right thing." I didn't feel like it. Still didn't feel like it. Like everybody kept telling me that. Like when I got in, I waited in like this little waiting area. I'm not gonna give you all whole details about all that stuff, but it was rough. It was so rough. And I didn't get out of that sunken spot. Until like the next morning when I woke up and I'm like, oh, I tried to do this yesterday, and then it didn't seem like the right thing to do. Like, just 8 hours prior, right? What I was thinking, what in my head, then in that night, if you asked me, "Do you think this is the most logical, rational thing to fucking do known to man?" I would have sat there and told you that is the most rational, most logical fucking thing to do known to man right now. I would have told you that. Easy. Easy. When I tell you easy, I mean easy. I would have told you that. I woke up and I'm there like, whoa. Because not only do I not feel like that, but I remember how I felt like that. And it was insane. It was like mind boggling to me. Like, I was like, I can't believe, and shout out to God, shout out to God, shout out to my mom for praying ever since I was like a fucking fetus, like thanks, shout out to everybody that prayed for me before that, right? Because I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm so smart. I saw depression and I stood back and I was like, nah, it's straight God. You feel me? Super straight God, 100%. And if it wasn't for him, like I wouldn't even be here. If he didn't snap me, if he didn't grab me and go, "Yo, this is not right," without me not even knowing in that moment, because I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, like I had a moment, it was in my brain, and it was nothing like that. I just, in my heart of hearts, I knew that this wasn't the right path to go through. I knew it. I looked at it. It was like I was looking at a fucking lava pit, and my mind and my body is saying, "Hey," my mind and my body is saying, "Hey, I need you to. You're gonna walk into that fire pit, and you're gonna love it." And my body's like, "Yeah," and my heart was like, "Nah, bro. Are you fucking retarded? Like, what the fuck?" And it was just that wild. That's not me. That gotta be God. That gotta be the decades of prayers that my mom and family and friends have always done for me. That gotta be all that, right? I go, we get in, I wait to see the doctor. We meet the doctor. Dr. Rivera, he's pretty dope, right? We talk. He asks me real quick, what's going on? I give him the whole spiel. Give him the whole spiel. 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay. Sorry, I had to let my dad in. Jesus Christ. Probably no more interruptions for the rest of this time. And I have my headphones. So, yeah. I get in, talk to the doctor. I basically let this dude have it. I tell him about fucking everything. I tell him about my marriage, my miscarriage, my failed marriage. I've talked to him about past relationships, talked to him about everything. My heartbreak, my heart is breaking at the moment. I talked to him like he was like my best friend from middle school. And he was my diary, and I fucking filled that diary in. I swear to God. And he took it. He was so cool. He was really chill. It even got to a point he knew, like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna talk for a while. I'm gonna lay back. And he just chilled back, And it was he said, we gotta get you monetized, bro. And like he chilled back and like he let me talk and talk and talk. And I told him everything. And I was like, and at the end of it, I was basically I told him, I was like, I just need to know what I'm doing wrong. What do I gotta do? And how do I keep on doing it? 3 things that I asked him at the end. After my whole diatribe of, letting him into like 31 seasons of my anime, takes back and he goes, I see you're doing everything right. And I start crying like a big old baby. Like it's crazy. I'm like, what do you mean? Why am I here? Oh my God, you don't understand. Like all this crap. Cool. Yeah, he tells me, he goes, he goes, you're like what I was doing, right? I was doing everything and then I hit a ceiling, right? I was walking, I was doing all these self-coping mechanisms, right? And it was great until myself, I hit a ceiling, and in that ceiling, I wasn't able to break through. It was just a little bit thicker, pause, than what I was used to. So I was just here all the time, stagnant, And for me being stagnant, that built up a burnout, a mental burnout, especially with like he even broke it down. Like he was like, when you have anxiety attacks, your body lets off cortisone in your body. Like the cortisone gets released, and then that cortisone is what helps you self-regulate and stuff like that. He was like, your body, he didn't know for sure, but he was like, your body should be like, it's probably burnt out of all that, like, or it's not even burnt out, but it's probably immune to all the cortisone that you're putting through yourself because of your anxiety. So he was like, we're gonna get you out. Season 32 of your anime involves a moose or 2. Just saying. Can't wait. But so like, and I heard that, and then I was like, what do I do with this? Like, how do I get better? He, and he told me, he was like, we can get you on therapy. I was great for that. He got me a medication. I was great for that. And we're working it out now. And from there, like, I was great. Like, I felt so relieved because I know, I figured out what was the problem. I figured out what was going on, figured out that it wasn't just me. I just needed outside help. I needed additional help because like I did it. I try to do it all by myself, even everything I try to do by myself. I try to be there for everybody, only me. I try to do everything, like I'm very moving. Like I'm very on the move. So like, I guess it just caught up to me. And, and shout out to first things first, shout out to my mom. My mom was there every step, shout out to shout out to fucking my dad. My dad stepped up every step of the way. Again, most importantly, like shout out to Beba. Beba was there. Majestic Majesty Beba was there. Like she was one of those lifelines and stuff like that. Like shout out to Dan. Like before, it was funny. Before I even said it, before I even made that call, I hit up Dan and his wife Hollis, and I told him, I was like, hey, like like I'm I was basically yelling, like I was probably thinking about killing myself and stuff like that, and I wanted to go to over there with Dan and hang out with him and his wife for a little bit. And they were open arms immediately. Dan was like, man, you can always come. It's not even a problem. Blah, 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 blah. And that shit broke my heart, and shout out to them. And then I got out, right? I was there. I came in around like Monday night. I stayed and I was there until like Wednesday night, like Wednesday afternoonish, like it was on evening time, Wednesday evening. And we did it, and I got home, and the first thing I do, I check my phone. I got a funny ass message from fucking Beba. I laughed at. I had a message from my sister, my mom, like, and then Ichigo texted me. And then I told Ichigo what was up, what was going on a little bit. Reached out, brought the whole crew over here to talk to me and stuff like that. And majority why I've called you guys here, not really called, but the majority why I say this is like, like I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to even tell anybody. I didn't want to even tell Ichigo. I really wanted even the 4 people the 3 people that was in my contact list for the medical thing, which was Beba, my mom, and my dad. I didn't even want them to know. I kind of wish I like that Neuralink thing and just, because it's such an embarrassing thing. But like, this is it though, like this is the grind. Like this is the process, right? And I can't sit here and say that I'm a sage. I can't sit here and say I'm a sage of anything if I can't show you or explain to you that I haven't gone through it, and I've gone through it. I'm going through it, every day. It's not all happies and I'm dancing and we're listening to rap and I'm talking my shit about Ice Spice's whack ass fucking friend, and I pop into Dan. Sometimes it's just this, sometimes it's just the anxiety that overwhelms you, and it did for me. But I made it out. Like I made it here. I made it here to still be embarrassed, but to stand here on this platform, on this podium, on my platform, on Dan's platform, on Twitch's platform, to sit here and say, like, like, yeah, I was that dude that thought about killing himself. But you know what? I didn't. I decided to turn that page. We're gonna do a Kamala. Right? I'm going to turn the page. And I decided to. And then that page sucked. So I turned another page. That page also sucked. All right? And I turned to a whole other page. And then I saw something that just got me to keep on fucking going. And that goes to everybody. Depression sucks. Anxiety sucks. Whatever you have going on, whether it's heartbreak, you're out of a job, you feel like you're misunderstood, man. It all sucks. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's not real. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's okay. It's just your body telling you not. It sucks. It fucking sucks. But you don't suck. You're fucking great. You was made out of like the chances of life in this earth is so rare, and we beat the odds from the very fucking beginning, so like from the get we broke the mold. So like it's up to us to keep telling each other, like, yo, you fucking matter. Hey, you fucking matter. Don't care if you don't like that nigga. Don't care if anything. Because honestly, like, I don't want nobody to feel what I what I felt, what I experienced, what I went through in the past 72 hours. Nobody. Not my worst enemy, not a single fucking person. Okay. All right. I said, I'm gonna read the comments because everybody was a lot of chatter. Sweet Cheeks came out. He said, proud of you for doing that, my dude. Genuinely proud of the commitment of wanting to be better yourself and genuinely doing it and getting the help you do such need. Bro, honestly, and that's it. There's no like it hit something in my brain where that night there was nobody that was gonna save me, you know. And that was a thing that I hated the most too, like I put a lot of responsibilities on my friends that it was very wrong of me to do, you know. Like people were like, yeah, friends supposed to be there for you and all that stuff, 100%. But to be a level of entitled to expect your friend to only be there for you and make you a priority because your thing is in crisis mode, it's wrong. 100% wrong, and it's a lack of emotional dependency, and that's something that, like, in that moment I realized, like, if I don't want to die, like, honestly, like, I'm this is so not being a VOD at this moment, but like, I was like, to be real, like, I literally told myself, like, if you don't want to die, you have to do something. There's nobody else. There is no hero. There is no knight in shiny armor. There is no fucking Superman dude. There is nobody. It's really just you that would save you. You have to save you. You have to be that great person. You have to be that hero for yourself. And before ever you can ever be somebody else, Benji, my man, it's my brother. I'm so sorry for blocking you. I don't know why. That was so funny. Remember what I said to you: God don't leave his soldiers alone, and no battle. No, exactly, 100%. And I really feel like God was there for me. Like, there was so many people in the mental site that was telling me, like, you're so smart. You saw it, and you looked, you looked beyond, and it was like, I didn't do none of that. I didn't look beyond anything, bro. I really just think God took over my body, literally said, nah, you know what? We're going to parsec this real quick, take over the controller. You're doing wrong. Shut up. And he made me do these things. Like, all goes to him, honestly, Dan says from the VOP USA Radio, says, your family, your blood, and I'm proud of the person you are. All that you do and all that you have done. And your best days are ahead of you. We have a big ass future ahead of us. I get the pain and the hurt and all of it. I'm proud of you for sharing. Sorry, I'm having a seizure. Proud of you for sharing your story, and you motivate and inspire people, including myself. Always know that, and always know that you are loved. 100%. Dan W. I didn't even put that up there. I did WWW Dan. All right. Appreciate that, brother. Coming from you, someone that I've looked as a mentor, as a sensei, it's really, like, it hits me, it really does when you say, when you get all emotional and stuff, Ichigo says, mine's is Linkin Park and creating that music that gets me out of this. Love that you can express yourself because people are scared of expressing it. And he said, no, you matter, bro. 100%, guys. Like, thank you. Ichigo, thank you for everything that you've done today, for that, for what you said, and it took me a while to realize, that I did do the right thing, and I'm glad that I did the right thing. I'm glad that I'm here. I'm glad that I get to be here. I'm glad that I get to explore a whole new, because, like, I do feel like honestly, I do feel like I went through a metamorphosis almost, like I went to 100%, Baba, you're the best, I do feel like I went through, like, an ego death, like a massive one, where I've sat here and, like, I'm not even that same person. Like, my whole mindset is different. Like, my whole, like, view. Like, I'm not gonna say, but like, oh, I see life differently now. I now believe in Kamala's promise. I'm not gonna say all that, but I mean Trump till I die. But I'm just saying, like, it's very, like, I'm very, like, my perspective is so different now, on things that from that Wednesday when I was discharged, from Wednesday to the Monday before, how I looked, how I was gonna treat people, how I was feeling, how I was gonna react. It's all different now. Like, the world is so different, like my like, like my I guess I can't find the word. Oh, it doesn't matter. But it's just like I'm very blessed, mainly, that I'm here. I'm very blessed that I have this freedom and opportunity to talk to you guys and tell you guys that, yo, like, if you go through this type of times, like, yo, I have a fucking Discord. All right. I'm always available. And look, I'm gonna put it here just as soon as I get a damn copy of it. I'm gonna put it right here. It's gonna be, if you check this out on YouTube, on my YouTube page, you'll be in the Discord link will be on the description. You don't have to stay forever. You just gotta stay enough to tell me what the hell's going on. And I'm always there to listen. Always. All right. Above all, I appreciate everybody for showing up. Appreciate everybody for coming out, man. You guys are all great. Honestly, like, I'm honestly, like, I'm still kind of low key drained. I've been taking Pram. I don't know what the fuck that shit says, and hydroxine. I've been taking these two. I take the Pram in the morning, and I take the hydroxine in about an hour from now, a little bit less than an hour, and they kind of have me drained, honestly. Like, I'm super tired. I guess my body's still adjusting to these. So as much as I would love to sit here and have a 2-hour conversation with you guys and have this great joke I'm gonna bring up right before Politishock starts about how Trump was gonna, like, all this other crap, I have no energy. I really don't. I'm fucking tired. So I am gonna go. Dan, I know you really don't care, but I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. Next time I'll do a big old show. I'll cover the 5 to 9 slot next week. I got you. But appreciate y'all, and just keep on moving, keep on grinding. Just don't ever give up. I didn't give up. I'm very happy for that. All right, peace.